A Trump divorce. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Oh, the polls and the reviews are in, and the president was masterful last night in tone and substance. Now, he was both serious and, at times, a little humorous.
We've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
As predicted, Democrats, though, put on a buffoonish display. It was all paddles and pouts, clutching their insipid round signs on sticks. They look like a bunch of lunatic homeless people who stumbled into an auction house. Trump's just driven the left stark raving mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
The slogan of Refuse Fascism is in the name of humanity. We refuse to accept a fascist USA.
Elon Musk, and what the hell are you doing here in America? Go back to South Africa!
Okay. Now, not only are liberals for war and against female athletes, apparently they're okay with telling immigrants, legal immigrants, that they don't like to go back to Africa. Okay, I just want to know the rules. Now, these are angry, petty people, and many of the same people who accused President Trump of not upholding governmental norms and protocols back in 2020. But they couldn't even stand up when the president walked into the gallery last night. Now, as you'll recall, Republicans didn't agree much with Obama and Biden, not too much over 12 years that they were in office as president, but Republicans nevertheless stood politely and applauded for the office of the presidency when they walked in for their addresses. But not these miscreants. Last night, they were happy to lay waste to protocol and tradition. So they behaved like spoiled children, like such sore losers that many of them couldn't bring themselves to stand and applaud for their fellow Americans who have and are suffering. Moments that moved millions of Americans watching to tears.
Thank you, DJ. With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Oh, I love the song I couldn't stand. But again, they showed their true colors. And by the way, the pink, it didn't help soften their hardness. And by comparison, Trump came across as more likable and relatable than ever, even when he was calling them out after he mentioned his new HHS secretary.
Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget.
Well, but the truth is, as we've said for many years, this Democratic Party has next to nothing in common with the party of JFK or even Bill Clinton. It's morphed into an amalgam of fringe ideologues and radical anti-American maniacs. And most of them truly loathe this country, which is why they insist that America is systemically racist and why they treat criminals like George Floyd like folk heroes and drag queens like cultural icons. But the good news? More voters are on to their twisted game, and last night was just another nail in their political coffin.
I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
Ain't that the truth? So as liberals sat on their hands or their tepid applause and clutched their paddles, Trump laid out a bold vision for an America First future, with a recap of a lot of the progress already made.
Illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation, we must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
So from slashing federal waste and cutting red tape to rebuilding our maritime industry and bringing peace to Ukraine, President Trump held nothing back. It was the longest speech on record of its kind, but it didn't seem that long. I kept getting pinged from friends across the country. Here are a few of the messages. Best Trump speech ever, Laura, or I could listen all night. And then, of course, how pathetic the Democrats are. Well, I couldn't disagree with any of that. We are watching history unfold with this Trump administration, ladies and gentlemen, and we will never see anyone like him again. At one point, Trump even tried to extend a hand to the pouty Democrats in the gallery.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Now, we're not holding our breath for the Democrats to get involved. Remember, don't forget, this time last year, political experts were counting indictments and counting Trump out. So no matter how much resistance he faces going forward, look, Trump's presence on the Hill last night, just his presence alone, was itself a breathtaking achievement. And that's the angle.